can tell by the title, I'm the obsessed movie man, O.M.M. In the wake of Adam West's death, I thought that we should take a look at the franchise that cemented his name, Batman. The series was originally going to be a fun, but also serious adventure show in the same vein as The Man from U.N.C.L.E., but the man in charge of the project, William Dozier, who had up until that point never read a Batman comic, believed that the best course of action was to make it a comedy. The show was extremely popular, and is the main reason why Batman has remained in the popular culture. Even if you don't like the show, you can't deny that it helped make people familiar with the character, and with something popular like this, there was bound to be a movie. The film is what you'd expect it to be. It's Batman and Robin saving the day from not one villain, but four. The Penguin, the Riddler, the Joker, and the Catwoman. They plan on taking over the world, and only the dynamic duo can stop them. Will they succeed? Tune in next week to find out. Same bat time, same bat channel. Excuse me. Let's start with the star himself, Adam West. In less talented hands, this character probably wouldn't have worked. Either the character would be played too straightforward or too over the top, but West strikes a perfect middle ground with his interpretation of the character. I think that it's mostly in the voice. There's a William Shatner-esque quality to it, where certain lines are spoken loudly, quietly, or more pronounced. Every Batman has a distinct voice, and Adam West was the one who gave Batman his first real tone, which no one has been able to replicate. He also has the most suave Bruce Wayne. Bale was a bit of a partier, and Keaton was the guy that no one could understand. But with West, I saw a bachelor who had no problem getting what he wanted through his charm. The same can be said for his Batman, and though it wasn't a dark and brooding hero, it was still a heroic character who strived to do good and that people could look up to. There are people who don't like this incarnation of Batman, but it's important to understand what the show is going for. As stated earlier, the show was intentionally going for comedy. The world at that time needed a form of escapism, and instead of making Batman an avenging crusader, the creators thought it would be best to make it fun and goofy. Lee Merriweather stated that when it came to playing Catwoman in the film, she worked hard to play the character, even though she knew it was a farce. She said, quote, "Of course it was farce, but you have to be very believable when you're playing farce." The whole show and movie acted as a parody of the golden age of comics, where stories tended to be pretty campy. Examples of this can be found in the vast amount of ludicrous bat gadgets, such as the notorious shark repellent, and the frequent amount of times when Batman and Robin escape death in ridiculous ways. Even real-world politics are made fun of, such as the missiles, submarines, and United World Council. Praise should also go out to the rest of the cast. Alan Napier, Neil Hamilton, and Stafford Rapp do a great job as Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, and Chief O'Hara. And I adore Burt Ward as the easily excited Robin, who is still the best live-action depiction of the character in my mind. But the people who steal the show are the villains. I was talking to my dad about this, and he told me when he saw this movie in the theater, he was blown away that the four main villains of the show were in a film together. It must have been a big deal to everyone else at the time as well. We spent a lot of time with them, and if the heroes are playing their roles relatively straight, it must be because the actors playing the villains have chewed up all the scenery. Cesar Romero, Burgess Meredith, Frank Gorshin, and Lee Merriweather are phenomenal in the film. Julie Newmar, the original Catwoman, was unable to be in the film because she was already working on another project, but I think that Merriweather did a fantastic job as her replacement. She was seductive, cunning, and a great match for Batman. It's really weird to me, though, that Batman can't tell the woman he's dating is Catwoman, but can still tell when Penguin is in a disguise. Meredith and Romero are also a great deal of fun as well. From Meredith's squawking to Romero's laughter, you just can't get enough of them. But my absolute favorite has always been Frank Gorshin as the Riddler, a role which won him an Emmy. He can go from deadly serious to gleefully silly within a nanosecond, and it fills me with so much joy every time I watch it. Plus, he has the best outfit of the group, and I don't mean his leotard, I mean his suit jacket and pants. Apparently, the suit in the show inspired the character to wear it in the comics, which I think was a great move. If I could have any outfit from any film or show, it would have to be Gorshin's Riddler suit. So many scenes and lines have stuck out to me over the years. The shark, the bomb gag, the exploding octopus, and my favorite line, which is from Alfred, "Bless my dustpan!" And one has not lived until they have seen Joker, Penguin, Riddler, and a bunch of pirates riding on flying umbrellas. every time I see it, I have to stop the movie because I can't stop laughing at that image. I don't really have that many criticisms with the film. Maybe it follows the formula of the show a little too much, as it really does just seem like a longer episode. But if the show worked well, why change it? The vehicles are really cool to look at, the characters are zany and fun, there's a lot of creative shots used, and I think the music fits with the tone perfectly. Though I should be suspicious of whoever put the music together. He might be working for Riddler. Adam never really escaped from his Batman persona, which was a good and bad thing, as he was typecast after it. He would return a number of times to Batman-related projects, with my favorite being an episode in Batman the Animated Series, Beware the Grey Ghost. And he recently returned with Burt Ward and Julie Newmar to reprise their characters in an animated movie called Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders. There will be a sequel, which West has apparently completed his lines for, with that being his last film. I recommend you check out Beware the Grey Ghost and Return of the Caped Crusaders, but if you're going to watch any Batman project with Adam West in it, make it be Batman the movie. Thanks, this is an O.M.M review. This is O.M.M, signing out. Rest in peace, old chum.